Hey guys, what's up? My name is Florian, this is Waschhaus TV, and today I'm going to give you a basic understanding of how an iPhone app goes from idea to your pocket. So, welcome to this week's episode of Waschhaus TV. Today I'm going to give you a basic idea of how it works to develop an iPhone app. There is an app for that, right? But often it's the problem that there is not only one app for that, there may be 5 or 10 or even 20 apps for that. And this is that kind of problem that developers are facing today. Just to give you an idea, in 2008, when the App Store was released, there were, at the end of 2008, 10,000 apps on the App Store. At the end of 2013, there were over 1 million. So there's a good chance that you're having an idea for an app that already exists. But this is also a chance to take something and bring it to the next level, to create a better user interface, to create a better experience for the user. What does it take to create an app? Well, first of all, you have to decide how you want to approach this. So there is one way to create an app for any platform that is out there. That is called a web app. A web app is basically just a small website that is created in HTML or some other web programming language. And the problem with this is it is not optimized for the device you're running on. And there come native apps into play. Native apps are, as the name implies, written in the native programming language that powers the system, the platform you are running on. So this would be Java, for example, for Android, and this is Objective-C for the iOS platform, for the iPhone and the iPad. Objective-C is the programming language you use for your iPhone apps, and it's based on a language called Smalltalk, which was invented in the 80s. And actually the whole core principles, the whole code foundation of iOS was created at a company called Next. And this company was founded by Steve Jobs in the mid-80s when he was forced out of Apple. And when I think about it, it actually astonishes me every time. So the really core foundation of what powers iPhone or powers the iPad was created over 30 years ago. This is actually kind of awesome, right? So in order to write your own iPhone app, you have to write a little Objective-C. Well, little depends on what you want to do. The average iPhone app has about 40 to 50,000 lines of code. And you write your own iPhone app in Xcode. Xcode is basically just an app that is provided by Apple. You can get this for free from the Mac App Store. And it helps you developing and testing your own app. It gives you easy access to so-called frameworks. You can think of them as pre-written libraries of code. So for example, if you want to take a picture on the iPhone, you can opt in to the camera with just 2 or 3 lines of code, because the actual image processing and image taking is already pre-written by Apple in one of those frameworks. And there are frameworks for a lot of stuff. For example, there is a framework for handling large data sets. There is a framework for opting into iCloud. There is a framework for playing audio and video. And all kinds of common functionality is already baked into the operating system itself. And you just access those modules and reuse them in your app. So when you've done writing your basic functionality, the next step is to provide a user interface. And you do this also by using Xcode. And in Xcode, there is a tool called Interface Builder, and it allows you to create a storyboard for your app. So a storyboard is basically just a whole collection of every screen that the user can access in your app. And you build your user interface by by reusing also pre-built user interface elements. They also come with the frameworks that Apple provides, and there are buttons and text fields, switches and table views, all that kind of stuff that is needed for an iPhone app. You can also customize them, so you can create your own buttons with different text sizes and text colors, with different background colors, and you can also bring in own artwork as images and use them to give your app a unique look and feel. So when you're done with developing and testing your app, it's time to ship it. It's time to release it on the App Store. And in order to do so, you need to have an Apple developer account. This is an annual subscription. It costs $99 a year. And with it, you're able to release as many iPhone apps as you want and also as many updates as you want. And right from within Xcode, you can upload your app to iTunes Connect, which is the platform behind the App Store. And what's next is the review process. So every single app which is released on the App Store is actually reviewed by Apple. And there are a whole bunch of review guidelines out there. These are technical guidelines as well as ethical guidelines. And in order to be approved, you have to follow them. So once you're done and once you're approved, you're processed to the App Store, and you will be live on the App Store. This review process takes about 1 week, 3 to 5 days for an update, maybe a week plus 2-3 days for an initial release. It also depends on how many apps are actually submitted to the review team at the time. And once you're approved, you will be live on the App Store, and users from over 150 countries in the world will be able to actually get your app from the App Store. So basically, this is how an iPhone app goes from idea to your pocket. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more of those, please leave a thumbs up down below and subscribe to my channel. Yes, that's it for today. This was Waschhaus TV episode number 4. Thank you very much for tuning in, and see you next week. And right from within Xcode, you are able to upload the and then it's actually kind of cool.